take you guys back to when Keir Starmer met with Donald Trump and JD Vance. And Keir Starmer proudly interrupted Trump and JD Vance when they're talking about freedom of speech to say that the UK doesn't have any freedom of speech anymore. But Keir Starmer wanted to remind everybody and lie to Trump and JD Vance that the UK has strong roots in free speech. Yes, perhaps many years ago, but not today. Because today, if you are jailing mothers for a tweet that you claim is racist, we are in a lot of trouble. Lucy Connolly, she has lost her appeal. The appeal to get released from prison for a ridiculous tweet that she deleted within 4 hours of her posting the damn thing. No, that wasn't good enough because she posted it. And because she posted it, it caused a lot of harm and hurt some people because she was angry and upset that a black kid decided to murder the likes of innocent young girls. And a mother, she is a mother herself of a young child. She's now been taken away from her young child, I'll have you know, because she angrily tweeted something which is totally understandable. And the things that she said weren't wrong at all. The things that she said were to do with the actual criminal that is now behind bars, and the police are actually having a bit of trouble with this young man, the one that murdered the likes of those innocent young girls at a birthday party, and who wasn't angry and upset at what took place. But Lucy Connolly, she was jailed for her tweet. She's now going to be behind bars for 2 more years. She's now going to have to serve her sentence. So Lucy Connolly, a 42-year-old from Northampton, was sentenced to 31 months in prison for a tweet on July 29th, 2024, inciting racial hatred by calling for violence against asylum seekers' hotels. Posted after Southport murders, it gained 310,000 views before deletion. She pleaded guilty under the Public Order Act 1986, and her appeal was denied on May 20th, 2025, as the sentence was deemed non-excessive. Critics, including Suella Braverman and Liz Truss, argue it's too harsh, citing free speech concerns and perceived judicial bias. Supporters say it protects vulnerable groups, given the tweet's potential to incite violence. The case fuels debate over UK hate speech laws versus free expression. Now, as we know, free speech, the ability for one to actually say things, and if you are, let's say, inciting violence, you have a time and a place, and you want people to go to that time and that place at that specific time and commits a heinous act of violence, then yes, that would definitely be considered as something that needs punishment. 100%. I am not defending that at all. What I'm defending is one's right to actually say it. There must be consequences, however, to one saying such a thing. So, yes, Lucy Connolly put up a tweet, but she wasn't mentioning any of the location, no time. She was angry, as anyone would be. Now, yes, she put up a tweet, and yes, it probably sparked a lot of outrage from more people, but she's not responsible for what actually took place. The young black kid that murdered the innocent young girls in Southport at a birthday party, he's responsible for the outrage, for what he did. People had emotional outrage, and rightfully so. What he did was despicable. And Lucy was just sharing her frustration online, as I'm sure many other people did that day. Her tweet, however, got put up into the algorithm and went incredibly viral. And she realized, okay, maybe I shouldn't have written this. And she deleted it within 4 hours. And now she's spending 31 months in prison because of it. Imagine if she had said this in public, not online, but in public. Would she be spending 31 months in prison? I wonder. Probably not. But because she said it online, people are now going, well, online is forever. 100%. It's forever. But there's somehow a difference between saying it in public versus saying it online. Because apparently saying it in public isn't going to go viral, but saying it online means that it's going to go viral. Somehow saying it online is considered more hateful than saying it in public. But I don't think what she said was hateful at all. In the context surrounding what actually took place and what she was saying, what that young black kid did was extremely hateful. And what this mother, understandably, was feeling was rage. And that's what a lot of other people were feeling too. But to face the consequence of 31 months in prison for it, that goes to show you the UK has no freedom of speech whatsoever. Should her consequences have been 31 months in prison? No way. Should there have been consequences? I'm not sure. What would they even look like? She deleted the damn tweet. Nothing really happened as a result. Did anyone go, oh, I saw Lucy Connolly's tweet, and as a result, I'm going to go out and burn down hostels and things of that nature and go after immigrants? No, nothing like that took place. But according to Keir Starmer, she is a far-right, angry lunatic. And so because she is apparently stirring up racial hatred, she gets in trouble. 31 months in prison. Kind of trouble. A mother. Britain is becoming a police state under Keir Starmer. Boris Johnson has said after judges rejected a bid by a mother jailed for a tweet about the Southport attacks to have her sentence reduced. Lucy Connolly, a former childminder and the wife of a Conservative councillor, there you go, was jailed for 31 months because she's a Conservative. That's why. They're making a statement that if anyone claims to be Conservative or Christian or whatever, you're going to end up in a world of hurt. After pleading guilty to a charge of inciting racial hatred, what does that even mean? 3 Court of Appeal judges throughout of the 42-year-old's application on Tuesday morning, meaning she will not be released before August. That is insane. Boris Johnson branded the ruling a propaganda gift for Vladimir Putin. Now, you may not like Boris Johnson, but he's right about that. Because in the UK at the moment, what even is free speech if you've got police officers rocking up at your doorstep at goodness knows what hour and then arresting you for something you've said online that hasn't cited anything at all? Just something, you've voiced your opinion, but you can't even do that. You've got to be silent because the government tells you to. That, to me, signals 1984, where the government is the one in control. They're the Ministry of Truth. What they say goes. Now, if we don't have freedom of speech in our country, in a Western democracy, freedom of speech is the pillar of democracy. If we don't have that, we're no different to the likes of a communist or a socialist party where they control. They are the arbiters. They tell us and they dictate what we can and can't say. That's exactly what's going on over in the UK with this case. The former British Prime Minister told the Daily Mail, Starmer's Britain is losing its reputation for free speech and turning it into a police state, where we must all learn to fear the knock on the door simply for something we say. The UK police are now making over 10,000 arrests every year for online comment, more than the police in Russia itself. And this judgment is yet another propaganda gift for Vladimir Putin. 10,000 arrests. That is insane. Ray Connolly said he was heartbroken that his wife's appeal was not upheld, adding, I think the system wanted to make an example of Lucy so other people would be scared to say things about immigration. What Lucy said about immigrants was true. We've got a vast amount of immigrants coming in. They don't assimilate and they do horrible things like the kid did. My wife is a good person and not a racist. As a child miner, she took care of small children of African and Asian heritage. They love Lucy as she loved them. My wife has paid a very high price for making a mistake, and today the court has shown her no mercy. Lucy got more time in jail for one tweet than some of the PDF files and domestic abusers get. If you are living in a world whereby R-wordists, abusers, you name it, get let off scot-free, whereas a mum, and she doesn't get let off, she gets thrown in prison over a tweet. You've got to wonder what's happened to the country, where evil has now changed and turned into something truly good for corrupt people, and it's become like a utopia for corrupt people and evil people. But for good people that point to the truth of something and get visibly angry, they get imprisoned. She posted, mass deportation now. Set fire to all the effing hotels full of the bastards. For all I care, while you're at it, take the treacherous government politicians with them. I feel physically sick knowing that the Southport families will now have to endure. If that makes me racist, so be it. She's right. What did she say that was wrong? But everyone's going, oh, she made a mistake for saying it. No, she didn't make a mistake at all. Not one bit. We do need mass deportations because we've got so many people in our country that don't love our laws. Now, setting fire to hotels and everything like that, I wouldn't call for that at all, because that is obviously a violent act. And I don't think anyone did what she said anyway. And you've got obviously these treacherous government politicians, Keir Starmer being one of them, 100%. And it does make me physically ill knowing that the Southport families and even so many others, like, it's horrible. It's like the more evil you are, the more of a utopia you live in these days. Connolly, who lost her son Harry when he was 19 months old and cares for her sick husband, deleted the post less than 4 hours later, but not before it had been viewed 310,000 times. She lost her child and her husband is sick. She was arrested on August 6th following widespread riots across the country. It wasn't because of her tweet that the riots started. Absolutely ridiculous and unreal that this mother has been imprisoned for something like this. Charlie Kirk, a Trump supporter, we all know who Charlie is, was speaking at the Oxford Union on Tuesday night. Charlie said Lucy Connolly's case proves free speech in the UK was dead. He told the Oxford Union, as of today, Lucy Connolly is going to jail for 2.5 years in this country for a social media post that she apologized for and deleted. That is not a free speech battle at all. You should be allowed to say outrageous things. You should be allowed to say contrarian things. Free speech is a birthright that you gave us, and you guys decided to codify it, and now it's poof, basically gone. Charlie Kirk says he'll contact the US State Department over the political imprisonment of Lucy Connolly. Keir Starmer is in a little bit of trouble. by the looks of things. And let's hope that America can do something for, a UK citizen. America has no real fight at all in the UK. But when the UK government decides to imprison their own citizens over something as simple as a social media post where nothing happened, she deleted it and she apologized for it, you're being penalized for even apologizing. It's like you do something and you realize for yourself that you've done the wrong thing, you delete it, you get penalized for it anyway. So what is the point? What was the point of her deleting it if she's still going to be penalized? It's like the same thing with this platform. They will penalize you even if you do the right thing or what they consider to be the right thing. You follow their guidelines, so to speak, and doesn't matter. Because if you slip up somehow, you delete the video, it's been deleted for over a week, they will still penalize you for it. How about that? It's happened to me. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.